What's up, everyone? It is Sunday afternoon, at least here it is. I'm drinking some coffee. I'm practicing for the first time in a while. Good to see everyone. We're going to talk about how to efficiently practice improvising over chord progressions. So I have an app that I haven't used in a long time, but I think is really good for practicing. And it's called iReal, and it's iReal Pro. You can buy it at Google Play or the App Store. And it's basically a play-along app, but the cool thing about it is that you can loop chord progressions. It's got either drum accompaniment, bass accompaniment, drums and bass, piano, guitar, bass. You can do a lot of different things. So I want to talk about why to use things like this for practicing and how to actually use them for practicing. So one of the most important things for practicing is to practice in time. Okay, I'm going to type the app out. I just had John just ask, can I name the app? It's called iReal Pro. By the way, there's a discount code, 25% off anything in my store today for the next day. And the code is RB630. So if you guys don't have my Beato book, these are the things that you're going to need in there to practice also to go along with this. Because if you don't know what to practice, I'm going to show you how to practice. But if you don't know what to practice, that's a problem. Okay, so once again, I like to practice with metronomes. Hey, Alan, good to see you. I like to practice with metronomes, and I like to practice ideas, okay, concepts. So here's what the iReal Pro sounds like. I have just a little swing tempo on a C minor chord, okay? This would be, I just pulled up this first thing. It's a Dorian modal thing. It could be, they have all different types of modal chord progressions, which is great to use for practicing because it helps you practice your scales. Okay, and it starts out in C Dorian, which is from the key of B flat major. So I'm going to use the notes of B flat major. So I'm going to start on C. Now I'm going to play I'm going to play this iReal Pro, so you'll hear it, and I'm just going to play the scale along with it, and you can hear what it sounds like. Let's check it out. You can hear the scale, right? Okay, so that is the iReal Pro right there. Very simple. It's a nice, simple swing beat. I'm playing through a little Vox amp here, and I'm balancing myself for in the room. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, my iReal Pro here. So I have these things all on the desktop. It's cool. You can actually just, you highlight a section of it, and that section will highlight, if the chord progression goes on, let's say it's a 32-bar progression, and you're having problems with just a couple of the chord changes in it. You're going from the key of G to the key of E or something, and you're saying, man, I can't really quite get that transition between those two keys. Well, you can just loop those sections and practice them. Okay, well, let's talk about practicing modally here. We're going to start out with just all changes that are notes that are in the key. So I'm going to use only notes from B flat. But I'm going to try to come up with ideas, okay? Now, my first idea, I'm going to try and develop these ideas. So you can start really simply. If I play in this area here, I know where that C is there. I know where that C is there. This is a good position to play in right here at the 8th fret. So the problem is that there's a shift in the position. I played it back here, starting on C here. So I'm going to play it back here with my in the 5th position, but with my pinky is on the note C there. So here we go. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to try and play an idea. Let me see if I'm going to improvise for a minute and try and come up with a little theme. Okay, so my opening theme, I went to that 13th there, and that's kind of an early place to play a note that's an upper extension. So let me try it again. So I'm going to play it again from the top, right? I'm going to go maybe. Maybe use a little bit lower extension. That's the 9th. Listen to this. So you're hearing that note. That's the 9th there. That's my tone that I'm kind of leading towards there. It's that note is somebody's saying it's frozen here. I wonder if it's frozen because I'm playing through this stuff. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to call Dylan right now and tell him to get off. He's playing video games. That's pretty funny, right? Hold on. Hey Siri, call Dylan Beato.
Calling Dylan Beato.
Check this out. I'm calling Dylan. I'm going to tell him to get off. He's going to complain. Watch. This is great. When you call your, he better answer. He's probably thinking he's interrupting my video game. Hey, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Get off the internet right now. I'm live streaming, and people can hear.
I'm not playing. I'm just talking.
Well, get off Discord. Are the girls playing games right now?
No.
Everybody's hearing me talk. Everybody's hearing me talk. You want to come down here?
No.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
There you go. There's Dylan. Okay. So that's pretty funny, right? Right, Dad. What are you talking about? I'm not even playing video games. You're slowing down the internet, Dylan. Okay. Now. So that's a motif that I'm developing there, but they don't even have to be that hard. You can come out of C minor pentatonic. Okay, so let me start again here. I'm going to just play out of C minor pentatonic, right? I'm trying to play these ideas that move somewhere, right? So right there. put a cap at the end of that phrase. So all these, you can hear that I'm trying to develop ideas, trying to flow over things. If I go into an arpeggio, I'm not just going to go into an arpeggio idea and just go, I'm going to keep moving it, right? And you want to keep the idea developing and not play the same patterns over and over. Keep them developing. Okay, so I did 3 repetitions. That's 1, 2. By the time you get to the third one, the ear starts to become bored with it, right? Okay, so let's say I play something like that against this. 2, 3, 4. Again. Always try and play phrases that have beginnings and endings. Okay? So that is really the key to improvising. Just don't run on and on and on and on and on. You need to really cap the ideas. You need to have places that you have to always think about that you're creating sentences, then you're creating paragraphs, right? By the way, the discount code is RB630. Today's date, 6:30. It's 25% off everything in the store. It seems pretty easy. There's this Delaus myth says it seems pretty easy, but you can't do it. It's difficult because you really need to know your way around your instrument. Okay, people, you'll find a lot of people that shred that will go on and on and on. The hardest thing to do is to play phrases, right? Because you actually have to, because phrases involve rhythmic ideas that go somewhere. You know what I mean? Because you can't have a motif without a rhythm. Rhythm is all based on motifs. When I say motifs, some people call them motives, but motif is just a phrase, an idea, or a part of a phrase. So, if I'm playing a line like that, you notice how before the thing even kicked in, I started my phrase every time I started my phrase, right? So as the count off is coming in, I'm already thinking what I'm going to play. I'm starting early. Listen, watch. I'll do it again. End of a phrase right there. Then. End of a phrase. Right there, that was kind of a weird phrase. I kind of like that. That was kind of an odd motif, right? Okay, now, I have not played one chromatic note in here at all. I'm going to add some chromatics in here now, okay? So chromatics are, like some passing tones and things like that to make it a little bit more interesting, okay? It's going to be interesting for the listener. This time I'm not going to start my phrase. I'm going to wait till the music starts. Let's see here. Let's see here. So this is going to be a 5 Watt World, everybody. Anybody that doesn't subscribe to Keith's channel, it's my friend Keith, 5 Watt World. Get a great channel. What's up, SB? Good to see you. But I'm going to add some passing tones in here. So I'm filling in some of these notes here in the Dorian scale. So I'm using here. I did. So all those little things that I'm playing. Okay, so all those little chromatic notes in there make your playing sound even more interesting. It has a flow. It has a it sounds fresh, I think. Those kind of things. It's like George Benson, right? So I'm just kind of scatting along with what I'm playing, right? You don't have to scat in the same register. Love that stuff, right? Now, if if you change keys, like this particular app, the next key goes to E flat minor. Okay, so now now you are going to be changing keys. Okay, so I'm going to be changing keys to E flat Dorian, which is the key of D flat major. So I'm going from B flat major to D flat major. So here's B flat major, D flat major. Deb, thank you so much. Appreciate that so much. That's amazing. You're the best. Deb's one of the few people on here that I've actually met in person. So I'm going to play 8 bars of this. This progression keeps going. It goes through all the Dorian scales, but you're going to hear the scale. You're going to hear me change scales on here. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to try it again. Watch. Here we go. You heard the key change there, right? Here. I gotta go in. Okay, so like you can hear when I'm leading into those new chord changes, you always have to be predicting where those chord changes are going to be. You gotta to be able to really improvise and change keys. You have to be predictive. You have to show the listener where we're going, right? Because if you're just meandering around in scales, it sounds like it. So you want to always be thinking ahead. That's the real tricky part. Okay, this is a Miles Davis thing here, right? So this is basically "So What," the tune "So What," Miles Davis tune, but played over 2 different chord changes. But it's a Dorian jam. Hey, Peter, good to see you. So when I'm changing, here's the trick here. So when I'm changing from C Dorian to E flat Dorian, I'm going to solo over these 4 changes now. So I'm going to go 2 bars of C Dorian and then 2 bars of E Dorian, of E flat Dorian. Okay, so this is a really nice thing about this program, is that you can highlight just a couple little things. Thank you, Philip. Appreciate that. That's very, very nice. Okay, so I'm going to go 2 bars of C minor and then 2 bars of E flat minor. I'm going to go C Dorian to E flat Dorian. Okay. By the way, discount code for the Beato book or anything in my store. This is how I make a living, is through my store. I certainly don't do it through monetizations. Every video I do get demonetized. My video last night that I did with who was it? Pantera. I got blocked in 2 cities. Or it got blocked in 2 countries. You can't win, so it gets demonetized. I don't mind the demonetizations. It's the blocks that are those are the ones that are pains. But I haven't gotten a block. Luckily, it was blocked in Luxembourg. Bob's, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bob's Studio. Woo, 50. I love that. Awesome. But it got blocked in Belgium and Luxembourg. So if you live in Belgium and Luxembourg, use a, what do they call it? VPN. Okay, so here's 2 bars of C Dorian. And watch, I'm going to lead into that E flat Dorian, okay? I'm going to do it in this area of the guitar, though, okay? So I've got C Dorian. And I got E flat Dorian. Okay, so they're right here. Okay, so here we go. Watch. Watch. So I went from this E minor pentatonic, E flat minor, back into C Dorian. Watch. So I'm changing those keys right there. Every time you can hear it, you can hear when I'm going between those. I'm singing along. I'm thinking about, I'm trying to lead the listener. I'm trying to complete my ideas. I'm trying to play maybe some repeated patterns or something. Now, let's say that I want to get more intervallic. Okay. Right? things like that are a little bit more difficult, right? So I'm going to try and play that idea and try and go between the two chords. This is going to be a little harder, I think, here. Let's see if I can do this. That's hard. Ah. You got to really know your scales there. So, that interval pattern I was playing on C minor, right? Then do it on E flat. Really hard to do those notes because it. There we go. Okay, let me try it one more time here. Woo! That's tough. Ah! That's tough. So there, I'm doing triplets. Hard to do. Woo! That was hard. Ah. Woo! I haven't played in about 2 weeks at all, so sorry to be practicing here. Anyways, RB630 is the discount code, 25% off anything in the store. I'm getting my workout in here. See, I'm showing you how I practice. Ric Flair of the guitarist. I like that, Jason. Ric Flair. Those of you that don't know Ric Flair, the wrestler, come on. Ric Flair. I like that. That's the best one I've heard. Thank you, everybody. I reel Pro is the app I was just using. It does all different kind of beats. It does rock beats. It does everything. I did a swing beat on there because I never do swing beats on here. I want people to know that I still do jazz on here. RB630, 25% off. That's how I make my living. T-shirts, mugs, whatever. Beato book. Beato book will help you if you have it. Check out one of my T-shirts, one of my mugs. You guys are the best. I always look forward to doing this. And tell your friends to subscribe. We're getting close. I'm over 850 now. Over 850,000 subscribers. This is really, really great. So we're getting there. Get to 1 million.